Good morning, student. We continue the lesson from this slide. Okay. Last class we discussed about the objective of monetary policy, just introduction. That is from the slide number 55. Now we are going to be continue the lesson from the slide 56. Okay. So we're going to see the objective of monetary policy one by one. The specific objective of monetary policy are: first one is the neutrality of money. First of all, we see what are the subheadings are available there. Then we go for the one by one. Second is the exchange rate stability. Third one, price stability. Fourth one, full employment. Fifth one, economic growth. And last one and the sixth one is the equilibrium in the balance of payment, are the specific objectives of monetary policy. Okay. Now we're going to continue the objective policies of one by one. First one is the neutrality of money. So under the heading, money and its neutrality is very, very important. Already we discussed about the last class. That is a quantity of money circulation in the economy relating with the supply of the money. If the money supply is more, so gradually the value of the money will be less. Okay, you know very well. Whenever the quantity of money is more in a particular economy, then the economy will face the serious problem of what? Maybe the inflation. This is a technical term. What inflation said? If you set inflation existing in any economy, that the money value is very, very less. Side by side, there is hike in the general price level. The price level is very, very high. That will affect the economy as a whole. Okay. Monetary changes. That is, so that's why the neutrality of the money is very, very important. The monetary authority should aim at neutrality of money in the economy. Okay. So economics like Wickson and Hayek and Robertson are the chief exponent of neutrality of money. Actually, I have not mentioned the name in this slide. Okay, but I will give the name. The economists like Wicksteed, Hayek, and Robertson are the chief exponent of neutral money. They hold the view that monetary authority should aim at neutrality of money in the economy. Of course, the main object function of the monetary authority to maintain the neutrality of money in the economy is very, very important. Okay, it has own impact on the economic and their well functioning. Okay. Next is the monetary changes could be the root cause of all economic fluctuations. That is, whenever there is changes happened in the monetary policy, that depends upon the there is a causes. If there is any fluctuation in the economic control, economic activities, they may be set. If there is any good economic activities like boom, or if there is any bad economic conditions like the economic condition like depressions, that time both are situations very, very important to maintain and taking care. During the time of boom, people said good economic activities. Everything is good. Business is good. People consumption is good. Effective demand is good. Rate of interest is very, very low. Supply of money in the society is good. Everything is good. But if the situation if continuously follow, this will leads to inflation may happen. So during inflation, the importance of the monetary policies we realized. That time, the authority of the monetary institution take use the tool called a cheap money policy, sorry, dear money policy, for controlling or contracting the supply of money. Okay, because to maintain the neutrality of the economic functions. According to the neutrality, come to the slides, please. According to the neutralities, the monetary changes causes distortion and disturbance in the proper operation of the economic system of the country. That is, if there is any bad situation, recession, so what is the causes? The responsibility of the monetary authority should be find out the causes for the problem, and rest they have the responsibility to address the problem. For that, they are using some monetary tools. This is we discussed in the heading neutrality of money. Next, we are going to see the exchange rate stability. This is very, very important topic. Every economic student must have sound knowledge over this topic. Exchange rate. Exchange the sense having exchange good environment with the neighboring countries, that will determine the balance of payment sometime. Okay, good balance of payment. Exchange rate stability was the traditional objective of monetary authority. This is the traditional objective of the monetary policy, that is authority. This is discussed under the gold standard among different countries. It depends upon the gold reserve, even if we can able to set gold standard among different countries. When there was a disequilibrium in the balance of payment of the country, it is automatically corrected by movement. You understand? Already told you the balance of payment between the countries is very, very important. Every country want to have a favorable balance of payment, not unfavorable. If you want to maintain the balance of payments in a favorable condition, they must have very good exchange rate stability and gold reserves also. If there is any problem in this, the system will automatically adjusted or corrected to the normal conditions. It was popularly known as expand currency and credit when gold is coming in. If you have sufficient gold reserve, we can able to solve the problem by way of expanding currency in the circulation as well as credited or credit facility by the commercial bank. With a commercial bank, this system will correct the disequilibrium in the balance of payment, and the exchange rate stability will be maintained. Okay, and it must be noted that if there is instability in the exchange rates, it will result in outflow of or inflow of gold resulting in unfavorable balance of payments. Therefore, stable exchange rate are advocated. Okay, this is good. The stable exchange rate is very good for all the countries. If it is more or less, both are maybe creates maybe unwanted situations. That's not good for the health of economic. It's not healthy economic situations. So if you want to have your stable exchange rate, I may say it, we need to have a sufficient gold reserve in any economy. Okay, this is something about the exchange rate stability. If you maybe we are experienced already, even now, the Reserve Bank of India also telling like this, our Indian economic situation is worse because of the demonetary systems and unmatured utilization of GST. But the same people will change their opinion now. But what is the real situation? We need to know because that is will reflect the impact on our economic growth and development. If any country having instability in their exchange rate, that is not good situation for attracting foreign investor. What? If in what is the condition? Why we need to have a foreign investor? India and its nature of economics, mixed economy. Already I discussed first lesson and as well as the second lesson about the mixed economy. Why our former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru decided to take India as a mixed economy? Because at the time of independence, our treasury is empty. Our government facing a lot of difficulty to feed their own people and is facing problem of protection in the border. There is no border even we set. No that much of or sufficient security forces. No protection at all. No reserve of food grains. So the time the private is and their contribution in production and functioning of economic activity is very, very important. That's why he suggested to follow mixed economic policy. So I come to the point. Entire privatism is not good. That was failed. This policy was experienced. Already we know experienced that because of the world depression was happened 1929 to 30. Entire privatization is not good. At the same time, entire government or public sector is not good. Both are not good. Never help in all time. That's why we need to have like a two hand joined together to make a good, a sound economic situation in our country. So, if you want to have more private people from the abroad, more foreign investor from the abroad, or any economy want to attract the private person from or investor from abroad, they must have a good and a stability exchange rate. Okay, that's why this is also one of the specified objective of monetary policy to maintain the exchange rate in stability. Stability. Next, we're going to see the price stability. This is very, very important. Price is one of the what? Market forces. If any good have very good price, nothing to say that good have very good demand in the market. Understand? Or you say like this. What are the good have very good demand in the economy or market? Definitely that good have very good price. No doubt at all. So the responsibility of the government to maintain the price stability is also one of the prime and specific objective of monetary policy. This was suggested and insisted by number of economists. Among them, a macroeconomic thinker or a economist called Keynes also suggested price stability as a main objective of monetary policy. Okay, economists like Keynes and others suggested price stability as a main objective of monetary policy. It concerned as a most genuine objective of monetary policy. Of course, though monetary authority having number of objectives, among them to maintain the price of the goods and the price of the credit. I'm entering in deep into the subject. Price in the sense don't take any literal meaning. Price is nothing but cost of the good, maybe measured on monetary term or tool. Okay. Cost of the production is high. What will happen? No production will happen. Like that. Cost of the labor, that is called wage. It is more. It will end with the cost of productions. Maybe more. That's not good for business continuity. That's why that is, price stability is concerned as a most genuine objective of monetary policy. To promote business activity and ensure equable distribution of income and wealth, of course, here the people enter into the long macroeconomic activities. If the price is good, already I told you, coming under the distribution side of income and wealth, distribution in the sense distribution of rent, wage, interest, and profit. If these four things happened very properly, what will happen? The income of the nation understood to distributing goods, and there is no disparity of economy among the people. This is also maybe applicable to the nations. If any nations having good distribution of their income and wealth, okay, they are in very good situation in their economic conditions. Okay, but it is admitted that price stability does not mean price rigidity. That is I want to trying to say before the lines. Price, this is not only mention about the price of the particular good. Price of all the factors of productions. Price of all the factors of production. Rent for land, wage for laborer, interest for capital, and profit for organizations. And the price stagnations. This is not meant for price rigidity or price stagnation. A mild increase in the price level provide a tonic for economic growth. It keeps all virtue of the stable price. Of course, as your book said, increasing the price of the commodity, good. But what extent? That is the question we needed to discuss. Because stable price, that is response public, that is if any country having stability in their price, that country have very good opinion among the people, among their people. They will gain more confidence of the own people. But at the same time, if there is any oscillation or fluctuation, dips and down, what will happen? People will not have very good opinion among the what's on the government sides. The price stability, it promote business activity and ensure equitable distribution of income. As a consequence, there is a general way of prosperity and welfare in the economy. Of course, the price stability will take the economy in the prosperity situations because people will be satisfied, the businessman will be satisfied, and every economic condition will move smoothly. Okay, but there is slight change in the price or increase in the price, good for economic condition because the price increase in the price is good for businessmen. They will gain more profit. That profit may be channelized into again the industrial or in production activities. That will further increasing the employment opportunity among the people, and it will allow the flow of income into the hands of the people, also determine the consumption functions and consumption pattern of the peoples. So this is a we need to discuss under the heading of price stability. So price stability is one of the important for the people as well as the economy. Full employment. This is an important objective every nation to want to have. Definitely said. Full employment is the dream of all countries. If they attain anyone set full employment, definitely we said the country is in the very good process. The problem of unemployment was regarded as socially dangerous, economically wasteful, and mostly deplorable. So no use with unemployment. Unemployment in the sense, I am not mentioning the human workers. Unemployment of the resource, what are the resources existing in the world or the country? If you want to say attain the full employment in the sense, all the capable resources are engaged under the working. Yes, then only we said full employment. While we said full employment, don't literally mean this is talking about human resource. It's nothing to say this is natural resource You understand? People must, the student must understand while discussing the economic, especially economic topic, because all topic has its own relations with each and every one. Balance of payment means this is discussed about the trading relationship between other countries, the trading relation between the other countries. Every country want to have balance of payment. That is, they want to more export and reduce the import. While increasing the export, that will make to have sufficient foreign exchange or currency in reserve. That it will take inflow of foreign currency into our country. But in the case of importing, we purchasing other goods, other countries' commodity. So our money will migrate into other country. So money migration to other countries is not good. Okay, and also the quantity and the value of goods which are exporting and importing, this is also we need to discuss under this getting very seriously, because exporting number of goods, but what is the value of the goods exporting? Importing minimum good, but what is the value of the good? Especially India, we exporting. Nowadays the case is different, but previously we expecting more agriculture and forest oriented commodities. Their value is very very less. But importing software, hardware, machines, technology, medicines, like that. But their value is more and more. Comparing the value of export and import, that time is not good for Indian situations. Even now, we are not able to have that much of balanced payment with other countries. Somewhat we doing so. The equilibrium in the balance of payment is emerged as a significant in the post-war year due to the problem of international liquidity and the growth of world trade. உலக நாடுகள் இரண்டாம் உலகருக்கு அப்புறம் பொருளாதாரத்தை தன் நாட்டுடைய பொருளாதாரத்தை எவ்வாறு பலப்படுத்திக் கொள்வது என்பதிலே மிக முக்கியமாக இருந்துச்சு. So some of the countries believed the development is possible only because of the resource of reserves of gold as well as the foreign exchange. And all nations want to boom or turn their attention towards the increasing the export, and also they are very particularly maintaining policies, put policies, framing policies to reduce import. That is, all country want to sell their good in abroad with high price, and no country will show interest to import other goods for their satisfactions. Okay, so equilibrium between the balance of payment is very very important. While discussing the terms of trade and the balance of payment, and what are the nature of goods we exporting and importing between the nations are needed to discuss in detail. The increasing in the deficit in the balance of payment reduce the ability of an economy to achieve their objectives. What? If we increase deficit, deficit means what? Patrakurai, shortage. பேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பேமெண்ட்ல நமக்கு ரொம்ப பாதக சூழ்நிலை, சாதகம் அல்லாத சூழ்நிலை நான் உணர்கின்ற பொழுது நம்மளுடைய அந்த இலக்கு, the objective of our nations to attain the ability to achieve the economic growth, it's not going to be attained, because the ability of achieving the objective is very very less. As the result, many less developed countries reduce their import, which affect their development activities. No problem. But they want to, in very particular, to stop the outflow of their income from their nations. They are ready to accept the development activities also. At the same time, they want to have very good reserve. Okay. Reserve in the sense, reserve in the gold as well as the foreign exchange. As a result, many less developed countries reduce their import, which affect developmental activities. Therefore, monetary authority makes effort to maintain equilibrium in the balance of payment. Okay. So this is also one of the important objective of the monetary policy. And these six objectives are very, very important. Okay, student, go through the six objectives. I may stop today class with this point because this may ask 5 mark or 3 mark. So for reading and understanding for this 6 point is you need to have time. That's why I will stop this class today, this video.